So code quality is just a metric. It doesn't mean that it always has to be high or low. It's just a way to measure something. So you don't always need to aim for some highest metric of code quality. You need to actually think about what you're trying to achieve. And what you're trying to achieve is going to change what metric, how you're using that metric, and which parts of that metric you're using. So don't always aim for your code to be super dry and super solid. Like that stuff's important, but it's not the only important thing. What is most important will be determined by what you're trying to achieve. And early on in stages of a company, you're going to be trying to achieve creating product market fit and acquiring customers really fast. And so spending all your time on solid and dry is a waste of time. Most likely, that code you're writing will become problematic one way or another. No matter how quality it is, the code you are writing will either not solve the problem now or will not solve a problem later. And so you will inevitably be faced with a time where you have to rethink what you're doing. The best thing you can do for yourself is to constantly be thinking about what you're doing, documenting it, keeping tabs on the decisions you made and why you made them, because there will inevitably come a time when you need to change something. And if you can easily go back and understand why something was done in the first place, it is much easier and less costly to mitigate those prior concerns when you're moving forward on the new way you're doing things. So, the reason I'm saying this is that I get that like code quality can be really important, and I get that code quality, which is supposedly an objective measure based on the four horsemen of coding or whatever. It's supposed to be objective, but it's not. That's not an objective standard because that's just one subjective look at it from a perspective of people who are maintaining code bases that are very old and very widely used. Okay? That were created when there was no alternative, when things moved very slowly and took a long time, and where things didn't just work very easily. It was very difficult to even get something working in the first place. Things have changed, and I think that we have to take that into account. I can get something working in a very short period of time that achieves a lot because of those foundations. But that doesn't mean that everything I build needs to satisfy those original constraints. Like things have changed. We're at a different layer of the stack. And so code quality is important, but it's important in a very different way.